Welcome to the fifth section of our course. In our previous section, we looked at how to organize our code and import it back into our base file. During section 5 of this video session, we will be looking at powering up our less with functions. We'll be taking a look at color functions, math functions, and some of the awesome image functions that are built directly into less. Now for our first video, color functions. Less has several inbuilt functions which provide some pretty powerful tools for you to use at your disposal. We're going to take a look at some of them right now. So let's revisit our test page, and more specifically our new message box. Notice how the text box and border are all various shades of green. We've had to hard code each of these shades of green. That can be hard enough as it is, but wouldn't it be awesome if each of these three colors were linked somehow? This is where our first color function comes in. First, let's create a variable for our success color. I've called this @success, but obviously you can call it whatever you like. Remember to make it semantic though. It'll get confusing if you've referred to your variable as green and then in a few months' time you change the color to blue. So now we have our variable, we'll change the text color to reference the variable. Next, we'll look at the background color. We can see the background color is a much lighter green. The first less function we'll look at is Lighten. The Lighten function takes two arguments, the first being a color and the second being a percentage relating to the amount of lightness to apply. You'll notice from my example that we can pass a variable in as a color here and it still works. That's awesome, and whilst we're here we may as well change the border to work with the variable as well. This time though, we're going to darken the color. Darken works the same way as Lighten, taking two arguments to process. And now, if we preview our page, we can see that the colors have slightly adjusted, but they're near enough correct. Now, ever since mentioning blue, I'd love to see how this looks in blue. Because we used a variable at each point, it's super easy to try. I'm going to adjust the hex code of my @success variable to blue. This is stored within my variables file. So let's preview that. There we go. Change one value and it adjusts each element of color. The beauty of variables. But this UI element is better in green. We'll switch it back. You can also saturate or desaturate your colors. Same method as Lighten and darken. Use two arguments. The first being color and the second being the amount to apply. You can choose contrasting colors using the spin function. Spin picks a color from the color wheel dependent on what you select. The color wheel is a collection of color hues organized in a circular shape. This illustration shows relationships between primary, secondary and tertiary colors. Spin takes two arguments again, color and percentage to apply. As you can see, the purple is 180 degrees or opposite our specified color, which is the green. If we preview that, you can see that our background color is now purple. It looks much better in green, I'm sure you'll agree. So to summarize, Less has a whole heap of awesome functionality built right into its core. We've learnt about some color functions which will put you in a good stead with the future.